Vous avez eu ce jour à voter pour les élections européennes, en métropole, dans nos outre-mer, comme à l'étranger.
People of France. Today you are called upon to vote in the European elections in mainland France and our overseas territories and abroad. The lesson here is clear. This is not a good result for the parties that support Europe, including that of the majority party. Extreme right-wing parties which have in recent years opposed much of the progress made possible by our Europe, whether that be economic recovery, common protection of our borders, support for our farmers, support for Ukraine. These parties are progressing everywhere across the continent. In France, their representatives reach nearly 40% of cast votes. I have always considered that a united, strong, independent Europe is good for France. This is a situation which I cannot resolve. The rise of nationalists and of demagogues is a danger for our nation, but also for our Europe and for France's place in Europe and the world. I say this even though we have just celebrated with the world the landing at Normandy, and in a few weeks we will be hosting the world for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Yes. The extreme right is both the impoverishment of the French people and the downgrading of our country. I would therefore not be able to pretend that nothing has happened this day. This situation has added a fever which has seized the public and parliamentary debate in our country. A disorder which I know worries you, sometimes shocks you, and to which I do not intend to give in today. The challenges that present themselves to us, whether they be the external dangers of climate change and its consequences, or the threats to our own cohesion, these challenges demand clarity in our debates, ambition for the country and respect for each French person. This is why, after having carried out the consultations provided for in Article 12 of our Constitution, I have decided to give you back the choice of our parliamentary future by voting. This evening, I therefore dissolve the National Assembly. In a few moments, I will sign the decree convening the legislative elections, which will be held on the 30th of June for the first round and the 7th of July for the second round. This decision is serious, but it is, above all, an act of confidence. Confidence in you, my dear compatriots, in the capacity of the French people to make the fairest choice for themselves and for future generations. Confidence in our democracy. Nothing is more Republican than the word be given to this sovereign people. This is better than all arrangements, all the precarious solutions. This is a time of indispensable clarification. Confidence in France, which in the face of harsh times means always to unite, to resist, to shape the future, and not to retreat or give in to the demagogues. In the next few days, I will dictate the direction that I believe is right for the nation. I have heard your message and your concerns, and I will not leave them unanswered. And you know me, the vision of the future, that of an excellent federation, will continue to nourish this project. But in this moment of democratic truth, and even though I am the only political leader to have no personal electoral deadline in 2027, be certain of one thing. My sole ambition is to be useful to our country that I love so much. My sole vocation is to serve you. I know I can rely on you to vote en masse on June 30th and July 7th. France needs a clear majority to act in serenity and harmony. Being French means to live up to the times, knowing the value of the vote and the value of freedom, to act responsibly no matter the circumstances. Basically, choosing to write history rather than to be a victim. Now, long live the Republic, long live France.